Have a look at this. This beautiful swooping bird is actually a robot. It's called the SmartBird, and it's made by Festo. The wonders of this robot bird are manifold, not least the bird's outward design, which looks like a king of the Rocketman era spacecraft. The bird weighs just 450 grams, or around 1 pound, and has an ingenious drive mechanism. Inside, a motor controls the up and down movements of the wings by spinning 2 wheels inside the torso. These are connected like the wheels on a steam train by rods that produce the periodic up and down movement. The complex rod design uses levers to make the wing tips flap faster. The second part uses torsional motors, they say, to adjust the angle of the wings. On the upstroke, the front edge of the wing points up. This reverses as the wing pushes down, forcing the bird forward. Steering is done by moving the tail, and the eerie "is that thing alive" effect is achieved by moving the head from side to side as if it can see you. The lightweight and sophisticated yet simple design lets the bird almost glide, and it can even take off and land unassisted. You can control it with a Zigbee radio, or you can just let it glide through the sky all by itself. But the most striking thing is just how much like a real bird this SmartBird moves. Until you get a close-up of its Cyberman-like exterior, it could easily pass for the real thing. The military surely has its eyes on this, although adding much in the way of payload may mess up the power-to-weight balance that this thing has. But imagine a flock of these all gliding quietly and gracefully towards you, and then raining down fire and death from above. Razer has recently announced their new Project Brooklyn gaming chair at CES 2021, and if ever there was a product meant for an in-person event, it's a spectacularly unnecessary gaming cockpit. Project Brooklyn is an exciting concept developed on the true essence of a fully immersive gaming station, says Mi Lang Tan, CEO of Razer, in a statement. The haptic feedback, visuals, and overall functional design with attention to ergonomics will deliver a one-of-a-kind gameplay experience. Considering that Razer is a prestige brand in the PC gaming scene, you'll think we'd have seen more of this kind of thing from Razer in years past, but it only released its first gaming chair, the Razer Iskar, something like that, just a few months ago. If this is its second, we'd be perfectly okay with that. Building off the design for the Iskar, Project Brooklyn pretty much throws everything at the drawing board, including carbon fiber construction, RGB lighting, obviously this is Razer, audio-driven haptic feedback, and 4D armrests that roll out into a desktop surface for peripherals. Oh, and there's a 60-inch OLED rollout display mounted to the seat back that provides immersive panoramic visuals, which is deployable at the push of a button. If ever there was a reason to turn up at the Las Vegas Convention Center in early January, this chair would be it. Sadly, we might have to wait a bit before we can try it out for ourselves, if ever. Since it's just a concept build, the odds of seeing a Project Brooklyn chair available for sale are slim, but elements of it could definitely be implemented in other projects. And given the amount of interest something like this will understandably garner, sometimes the concept builds themselves do eventually make it to market, especially from Razer. Razer said that it plans on continuing development of the concept and plans on testing it out with top esports players and influencers to assess the project's feasibility with an eye towards taking that feedback and integrating it into Razer's future gaming chair lineup. Given the prevalence of the technologies Razer is incorporating into the concept, rollout screens are going to be big this year. It's almost certain that we will eventually see something like Project Brooklyn sooner rather than later. That's what we keep telling ourselves anyway. There is nothing in the world more valuable to new parents than sleep. To help with that, CradleWise developed a smart crib that uses AI and built-in monitors to help your little one stay snoozing for as long as possible. A sleekly designed bassinet in white and light-colored wood, it features an arch over the crib that contains the monitor and camera. The bed portion of the crib can be lowered as the child ages so it can switch from a bassinet to a crib. The CradleWise crib learns your child's sleep patterns and senses when they start to shift and wake. When that happens, it automatically begins to bounce gently to ease that child back to sleep before they start to fuss or cry. Once your baby falls back to sleep, the crib will stop moving again. It can also play music if you prefer, and the crib will learn your child's patterns to create personalized sleep recipes of their sleep and waking habits, and even favorite sounds. The monitor also provides a video feed so parents can check in on their babies from anywhere via the app. The app will also provide analytics on how your kiddo is sleeping, send notifications, and control the crib features. However, the crib will also respond to a hand placed in front of the sensor, so you don't have to search for your smartphone in the middle of the night to get it to stop bouncing. Though it's not yet widely available, the company has just completed a successful round of beta testing in the Bay Area and expects to take pre-orders for the crib in March. Obviously, nobody's in a rush to hit the theme parks these days, but if you're feeling the Disneyland itch after being cooped up for months, you can now ride a long-forgotten attraction from the comfort of your desk. No queuing required. Over on YouTube, Kevin Perjurer's Defunctland has been busy cataloging classic, often long-dead theme park rides and attractions. Shortly after the channel debuted in 2017, Defunctland VR was teased. It's a project that lets you pop on a headset and experience these shuttered rides for yourself. 3 years of relative silence later, and Defunctland's first attraction is open for business. First opened in 1971, Disney World Orlando's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea has been fully rebuilt in this virtual park, sporting audio pulled from the original ride. The sub is fully functional, right down to the flip-down chairs you can sit on to peek out at the aquatic animatronics through the window. While intended to be a neat little VR showcase, Defunctland VR is also fully playable in 2D with a spacious little pre-ride lobby area to explore. The whole thing can also be experienced through a 360 YouTube video if you wish. As it stands, Defunctland VR is a neat little historical artifact, but I'm more excited by the promise of what it could become. A museum-like collection of dozens of defunct old rides, keeping the experience of riding their real-world counterparts alive long after they hit the scrap heap. Hopefully we won't be waiting another 3 years for the next ride to open. Defunctland VR is available for download for free right now via the link in their YouTube video.